Okay, so I want to start.
Thank you very much, Prof.
You're welcome. So once again, I welcome every one of us as we begin. If you have questions, I want you to take note of your questions so that at the end of the training of my own talking, you'll be able to come up with your questions and then we can clarify some issues. Okay, so I want to start.
Prof, sorry,
Yeah?
Prof. I want to crave your indulgence for the
Yes.
purpose of those that are not online because we discover we are very few tonight. So probably
Yes.
the recording can as well go on.
Well, I'm recording actually.
All right, sir.
So I'm doing
Thank
the
you, sir.
recording. So, and I will definitely share with us too at the end of the training. So,
All right.
okay. So I think we should start. So I want to start sharing my screen. Can we see the screen? Hello? Can we see the screen?
Yes, sir, we can.
We can see.
So I'm already on Google Forms, and now I'll be clicking the last form we did. It's already recorded there, so I'm clicking it. I want to continue to work on that form. Okay, so okay, so here we are with our quiz that we did last time, and then I want to begin by adding some questions again. These ones were done last week, and in this place we were taught how to change this information that is here. So we changed this. We're told how to set up the questions by typing our name. Oh, please hold on, the network is a bit slow today. Okay, so the name, you use a short answer, but now we have about 7 or 8 options here for the kind of questions we want to put. Now this is a short answer question. So we want to see how we can change this. We can use the various options that are here. The first one is a short answer, where you have, what is your phone number? Now, if we want to change it to something like a paragraph, in essence, we want the student to write maybe about 3 or 4 lines. For example, you can write, what do you understand? Let's see a question. We want to add a question. What do you understand by the term diffusion? So, in this case, you want it to be a short, a paragraph. You want the student to write a paragraph. In this case, you may not be able to set the answer key because definitely the students will answer the way they like. It will not be in line with a particular format. So that's a challenge with this kind of paragraph. When you want them to write paragraph, short essays, you will not be able to set answer key. So in this point, if you are going to include such a question, you will be the one who is going to assess it online and give it the point that you want. You will mark it and assign the score manually. And then you can now release the score. You know, there's a function in the settings where you can release the score automatically and where you can also release the score manually. So in this case, you don't release the score immediately because you have questions like this. So you need to be patient. You go through all the various responses of the students and then you assign your score. So you don't have an answer key in this place. Now, let's check for another one. You have multiple choice, you know how to do that. Then check boxes. Now for check boxes, let's have a question. These, the following are the characteristics of living thing. The following, okay, are not characteristics of living things. Okay, so we want to make it a check box, and you are going to see what's the difference between a check box, a multiple choice, and a drop down. So check boxes, you click check boxes. Now we are saying the following are not characteristics of living thing. Let's put the first one. Respiration is a characteristic. Let's put what again? Breathing. Okay, no, sorry. Excretion is a characteristic of living thing. Respiration. Then what is not a characteristic of a living thing? Let me have an example. Sun. It is, that one is a characteristic, but let's just put something that is not out of the way. Let's just put something like moon or mono, and let's put something like star. So in this case, you have some responses that are not, and you need to put the answer key. So here you are going to check this, you will check this, and you check this. Can you see that it has checked 3? But if you go to where we have multiple choice question, it can only check, you only be able to check 1. For example, under multiple choice questions, where we have where's the multiple choice question now? Okay, this one, your level is a multiple choice question. Okay, this drop down. We use drop down. Let me this short answer. I think we had a multiple choice question somewhere. Okay. Yes, this is multiple choice. You pick only one here. If you check this one, if you check this, they will not go say answer key. It just have to be 1. You can't check. Okay, you can check more than 1 here, but the answer, the fact is that in this one, you can only pick 1 answer. Under this, when a student is speaking, he can only pick 1 answer. Though you may check about 3, but the student can't pick more than 1 answer. But in the check boxes, in this place, the student can pick more than 1 answer in this place. That's the difference between the checkbox and the multiple choice questions. Here you can say the following are not characteristics of living things. So there are 3 of them. The student can pick 1, 2, 3. But in the case of multiple choice, the student can only pick 1 in the answer something. So we are going to look at it by the time we are through with this. So let me just remove these answers here and say done. I've checked 2. Okay, done. Now, I want to do another one. I want to add another kind of question. Now we have added, we have known about short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, checkboxes. This drop down is like multiple choice, but the answers will not appear immediately. It's just you have to press it, then it will drop down. But for multiple choice, the answer will just appear immediately for the student to see. That is the difference between drop down and multiple choice. I think we did that somewhere. We have done it here. I think this is a drop down. We use this for drop down. So though we are seeing everything here, but when the question appears, this one is where we are setting up, we are designing our questions. But when the question is going to appear for the students, all these options that you have here will not show immediately. The students will have to click for that questions, for these options to come out, and we will pick one out of it. So for multiple choice and for drop down, the student can only pick one answer. They cannot pick more than one. But for check boxes, the student can check 2, 3, 4, as many as you want the student to check. So that is the difference I know with those ones. Then let's look at another function, another feature. We want to look at file upload. In this case of file upload, for example, you want to say upload a picture of yourself. That is one. And then this is a file upload. You are going to click file upload. Okay. Now, and this is why I said, because the student will have access, be able to sign into your Google, be able to upload into your Google Drive. And that's why I said you should create a different email for your course or for your courses, so that when students want to upload, they will upload it to that. They cannot access your personal documents in any way. So in essence, you click here, continue. So say make sure to only share this form with people you trust. So continue. So it's loading. And then there are some options here. Allow only specific file types. In a sense, you can decide that maybe it's only JPEG. You want the pictures in JPEG. So here you can turn it on, and you can see it could be a document, a spreadsheet, a PDF, a video, presentation, drawing, image, or audio. For example, you can decide to say, create a video of a bird flying, or we want the students to go out to the field and interview some people, and you want them to put on the video to see whether they have done it or not. So this is where you can also do that, and then you can access their video and give them whatever score you want to give them. So it could be an image or audio or anything. So this is where you tell us what kind of file you want them to upload. And if you just want it to be any kind of file, then you can click here. So any kind of file will be uploaded. But in this case, since it's a picture, you can make it to be a JPEG or a PDF. So let's put an image. So this image, it will come out as JPEG. Image. And then here, you can put an instruction, JPEG, APG format. Okay. Then maximum number of files that you want the student to upload is just only one you want here. You don't want more than one. If you say 2, that means the student can upload 2 things. So, but in this case, just one. Then the maximum file size should be 10 megabytes. You don't want the file size of the picture to be more than 10 megabytes. So you leave it there. If you feel that the size of the picture could be much more, then you increase it. So that's that. Then here, if you are expecting about 50 students to submit this kind of images and things like that, you may feel that 1 gig may be too small for the students or for this particular exam, for them to upload all the things they want to upload. So you can change the number of the size of the file that you want to accept on this form. So here's where you can change it. And when you click here, it's going to take us to settings. So let's do it, and you see where it's taking us. So it's taking us to settings, where we made it a quiz. And then you go to where you have this is where you have it. File upload. Total size limit for all uploaded files. So it's already 1 gig here. This is default. So you can change it to maybe 10 gig, so that you can have as many as possible that may be submitting some documents for you. So you can click with 10 gig. And when you're through, you go back to your questions. Okay, so go back to questions. Let's go to where we have that. Yes, here we are. This is it. Okay, So this is where we have it, and it has changed to 10 gig of files. So this is okay for us. Then this is where we can view the Google, that's a Google, the Google Drive. Can view it there, but there's nothing here now. So these are Google Drive. This is where those files will be stored. All the files that you have in this particular document, in this exam, everything will come into this place, and you can find them in this place. So this is it, but we don't need this one now. So let's go back to our question. Okay, so here we are. Then, so we know how to upload a picture. To tell them how to upload the picture there. You can also use this form to collect assignments. If you have told them to do an assignment and you want to watch all those things, listen to all those things at your convenience, then you can use this Google form to tell the students to upload the assignments. And then at your own leisure time, you sit down and begin to download them as you wish. Okay, yes, you will need data. That's very, very important. We'll talk about the issue of data later on. How do you get cheap data for some of these activities? So we'll talk about that later on. So now let's look for another thing to do. Let's add another question. Which option, which style are we looking for now? Which feature? This so we have linear scale. Linear scale most times is good for what's the name? For questionnaire. When you want to tell them to choose or to say strongly agree, and so on. So let's just click it and see what we have here. So it's a scale between 1 and 5. So you can say 1, you can ask a question, this training is very has impact, okay, this training has impacted my lecturing activities. And I'll say strongly agree or no, strongly disagree for 1. And say disagree. No, this is 5. This is strongly agree. Okay, so this is it. We will see by the time the question comes out, we will see the way it looks like. So this is another one, how to decide. So the student is going to pick between 1 and 5 on that linear scale. It's going to bring out something like this for the students, and the student will click whichever point he or she wants to click. Now there is something beside this place. You've seen it, is the icon for picture. And what can you use this to do? Let's choose another question. And then we can ask, want to upload a picture. So who is this on the picture? Then you want to upload a picture for the student. You can use it to upload specimens. You can use it to upload anything that you want to upload that is a picture format for them to be able to identify, or even to label. You can tell them to label depending on what you want to. You can have a picture and tell them to label something. So I want to upload. I will pick from my, let's browse. I want to browse my own computer. So it can be from a webcam, from a website. So I want to look at my own computer and pick one. So I'll go to this point and I'll pick this. I say open. Okay. So who is this in this picture? In this picture. And then I'll put the options. Professor Fashino. Another option, Dr. Odefadeo. Another option, Michael Jackson. Okay, you can leave that. just 3, and then we can now have our answer key, and definitely we should know the answer. This is the answer key. Say done, and we are through. Now we can also upload another. Let's upload another question and ask, what does this diagram represent? Then we upload question. You upload the image. So you can decide to look for your image on the website, on the webcam, or your photos, or Google Drive, maybe your Google Drive or Google Images. But I've downloaded my own already, and it's in a particular file. So I'm going to pick this, picture 2, and I'll open it. One thing you must note with the issue of uploading pictures and things like that into the Google form is that the Google form may become heavy, and if the network is not so good, the students could have challenges in going through. That's one. And then they could also slow down the way the form will operate. So you must be very careful so that don't load it too much, and then you give them time to be able to go through it. And then one of the things you can do is that you yourself, you need to try it out. Do a test run of it. When you have done the test, designed the questions, then try it out to see how fast it can be, how well they'll be able to go through without no itches. So in this one, you put the question, the answers there. This carbon circle. So carbon circle. And you can even decide to have a carbon circle like this, and all the various things on the circle, you just use A, B, C, remove it, label it, cover it, and make A, B, C, D, and things like that. And you tell them to label the circle. So you can just say A is equal to what, B is equal to what, and then you set the answer. So question, this one is hydrogens. Let's put this on hydrogen circle. This one is oxygen circle. So the answer key is carbon circle. So done. Okay, so we have included many of these things. For time factor, I think we just go to this. There's no question here, so let's delete this. We delete this, is a delete point. You can delete it from here. You delete this, and that question is gone. Okay, so we have different kind of questions here. So we have done our settings. Now I want to teach us something. There are some things you need to be smart with when it comes to this issue. Now, for example, missed questions. Respondents can see which questions were answered incorrectly. One, did you see? Correct answers. Now the problem is this. If you want to be using the test over and over, for example, you want to be using it for every session, the same test, you are not ready to change it, you just want to use that same question over and over again, then you may not put all these things there so that they will not see the correct answers. Because one thing with students is that some of them, they screenshot some of the Google something. I don't know how they have time to do that, but I see that some of them do what they screenshot. So at the end of the day, they could screenshot all the questions and then they have it with them. But if you have not provided them with the correct answers, then it's left for them. They will be them that will now know which one is correct answer or not. So one of the things I do is that I don't put these missed questions, I usually remove it. I remove this one too, so that they only see their score and nothing more. Then, for example, where you say send respondents a copy of their response, I won't do that. I won't send a copy of their response. All they will see is their score. I will put this one off. Allow response editing, that one is off. So all these ones will prevent them storing your question with them and having the question. That is one aspect. So let's take note of that. So, but if you decide to be doing it over and over again, you can be setting different questions but at different times, then you may not need to bother yourself with this. But if you are the lazy type like myself, sometimes you may just decide to just use that one maybe for 2 sessions or 3 sessions, then you change it again. So take note of that. Now, one of the things I want us to do is to go to the issue of the responses. These responses are the ones that were responded to when this questionnaire was sent out. So let's look at responses. So after we have set the questions, the students have answered, then we have responses. Don't forget, this is where we go when we want to send our questions out. When we are through with it, we send it out from here. Send. And then you can use their email. For example, you can send it to my email, to your email, or to their emails. If you have their emails, you may have collected their emails and you send it to them. Or you use the link. And I told you what I do. In every course, they have a WhatsApp group. And so when I want to do the test, I copy this link and I paste it into the WhatsApp group at the time the test is supposed to start. And then they begin their test. So now, usually I copy this. I will go and paste it in my, I will paste it in my, take it to my Google. It's opening my Gmail. So I compose. Okay, so link to test. Oh, sorry, that was here. Recipients, royal footer, and then I link to test. I need to copy this again. Okay, and I sent. So it has sent. So what I do is that, let's go back. So I close this. And I want to go back to the questions. Let's go and see the questions the way they will appear. So I will go to my own Gmail. So I want to open the quiz that we have designed in the quiz format. Where we're operating before is in the designing format. So that is the administrator. You are the administrator. So you have designed it. But now, how will it appear? So this is it. This is linked to the test. So I will open this place. Okay. Okay, so this is the link to the form. You can see it. Where am I? I'm on link to test. Can you see that email? Link to test. Okay, I'm coming. This. Link to test. No screen. can see link to test. Okay, so I want to now open the quiz now. Are you seeing it loading? Okay, so you have seen the quiz now. This is the way the quiz will appear for the students. This way. So they have to fill up all this. So I can put in my email. The following are not characteristics of living things. Remember, we did this is a checkbox. So we check this, we check this, we check this. You can see that all of them can come out at the same time. You can check 3 because it's a checkbox. Then write your name, surname first. Then on what platform will this one hold? This one is on Google Meet. And this one is only is a multiple choice. If I click this, I can't click this. If I click this, I can't click this. So it's only one that can come. This is why it's a multiple choice. It's different from the checkbox. Okay? Then the next one. This training has impacted my lecturing activities. Remember, this one we use a linear scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree. So we can see how it has brought it. So between 1 and 5, I can put it here. I can say no, agree. Then your level. This one is a drop box. That's why you cannot see all the levels. Until I click here, I can't see what the choices are. So now we have all the choices. So I can choose graduate assistant. That is the level. So this is different from that of multiple choice, where everything will come out at the same time, like this one that is here. What day is the day of the training? This one, everything appears at the same time. This is multiple choice. This one too is multiple choice, the one on your level, but it's a drop-down format in that the options will not come out for you until you press this arrow. So what day of the training? I pick Thursday. Then your department of specialization, I'm to write in something here. So I write agricultural extension. Then which organization is providing this? This. So we are answering the question. Upload a picture of yourself. So here I will have to click this. And from my own computer or my phone, most of the students will be using phone. So they will have to upload. So let me just browse here and look for something to upload. So let me upload this picture as myself. Open. Okay, I have uploaded my picture. So that one is there now. Then who is this in the picture? This is Michael Jackson. Then the next one, this question was not dealt with. It also have been removed. That's why you need to go through it. So what you have done now will help us to know whether we need to go and remove something or change something. So what do you understand by the time diffusion? I'll just write whatever I want to write and know. So and then just write, that's all. Then what is the name of the self-president? There's a correct answer. And then what time of the training is the training? Now, which type of question is this? Those of us who have been following. Is this multiple choice? Is it checkbox or is it drop down? Multiple choice. Okay, that's good. Now, what does this diagram represent? This is where we uploaded the diagram. So we have carbon circle. Okay. So what is your phone number? You also put your phone number. Okay. When you are through, you have what? Submit. So let's submit. Let's submit. So it's rolling. So for submission, so now I've submitted. I said view your score. So now we can view our score because you have said it should release the score automatically. But if you have said we still want to grade because we have some paragraph they have written that we need to grade, then we will not use that format. But now we have said you should view the score. So let's view our score. So we have 7/12. So the test has finished. So the person can view his score even before that has finished. He can know what he has gotten. And then you cannot submit another one. For example, if you go down and say you want to submit, maybe you quickly corrected something and I said, can you find that there's no submit here again? This is all that you have done. You can't submit another one. Even if you go and click the link again, you can't submit another one because we have closed it. We have said only one submission. So this is it. In this place, you can see that on top here, there is no question, there is no response, there is no setting because this is a question format. So to do any other addition or any correction, we need to go back to the design form where you design that. So you go back to that point and design. So I need to go back to our Google where we started. Let me go back to where we started. I want to 40 more minutes. Yes, I will try to be very, very fast. Okay. I think I want to, let me change my account from here. So, okay. Can you see this screen now? Have you been able to see it? I've changed. It's blank. Oh, I think it's the network that is making it to be slow. Okay, let me just stop sharing and okay. Yes, please do. Okay. Yes. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. You can have test 1, test 2, test 3. Just like you say, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. You can have those different sets so that you just release them as at when due. It's possible. It's possible. Now, another strategy that you can do is to, I do something, I tell the students, I distribute the course, the notes into different segments, and I group the students into group of 5 or 10, and I tell them go and bring 10 or 20 questions, multiple choice questions out of this note of this section and underline the answer. I said they should prepare it for me in Microsoft Word. They will send it to me. I will go through it, adjust what I want to adjust, and use their questions as the test. It will help them to read. They can share their different something and read. That one is a way of helping them to prepare, and also that they'll be able to know they will not fail in one way or the other. That's one aspect. The other aspect is using AI to generate your questions. And our next episode will be using AI to generate questions and to see how you can do that to make your work easier. So rather than telling the students to do it, you can do it on your own without much stress. Okay, so that's going to be for our next month's training, integration of AI, ChatGPT, and other things into our lecturing activities. Okay, can we see this page now? Where we have blank form. Yes, okay. So now let's go to the question we are working on. Smart lecturer. So now you can see that these features have come up: questions, responses, and settings. This is where you are designing your questionnaire. So that's where you have this now. So you must have you must know when you're on the designer platform, you're the admin, and when you are looking at yourself as a student. If you observe, this thing have changed to 146. It was before 145 before. Yes, now it is 146 because I've submitted a response, and that is why it has changed. So now let's go to responses. That is where we want to work next. Responses. Okay, so where do we have responses? Now in this place, this is where you stop the test. If you don't have Proctor, which is a tool for automatic timing, you can incorporate it into Google Form, but we are not going to do that today. In the next session, we are going to be looking at those things. So accepting responses. So when you just stop this, nobody can you say not accepting responses? So nobody can submit again, no matter what. So, and that's why you must instruct the students properly and let them know that at whatever point they get to 1 minute to the time, they should submit. They should not wait for the last minute, because the system will still take some time to roll and submit before they can submit it. So you need to let them know that. So this is where you click, and at the dot of maybe the time, if you say 20 minutes, you are also timing them. So you can just give them a minute for their submission, so that you just click not accepting responses again, and then nobody can submit anything again. So that is that. So we are through with this. So we have stopped the test. Now, how do we look at, these are the summary of the test. These are the various things that you see here. Those who submitted, their scores and everything like that. The time they submitted, everything will be recorded in this place. Their names, everything they put in, you can see them coming up here. And why this place, this Google form, as we said, can also be used for collecting data, but there are some disadvantages with it. It only will give you frequencies and mean. It cannot go beyond that. It's limited. But if you are not going to do any serious work with your form or with the data, then you can see it's Google form. But if you are going to go beyond just frequency and mean to do some hypothesis, you cannot use Google form to do that. You have to use higher tools like Kobo Toolbox, like SPSS, and things like that. So we'll be going to those things later. Now, these are responses. So you see all the various responses that are here. Now, how do you download the responses? We go to link to sheets. So here we click this, and then you have download responses. I think the last time when we designed the form, there were no responses. So this one was not highlighted, but now we have it highlighted. We just click it, download responses. And so it has started downloading somewhere. Can you see it up here? Can you see? It has downloaded. Can you see this place? Hello? It's not on my system. Okay. Let me see. Okay, what do you see now? Test run. Okay. Let me go here and view. I want to stop sharing this one so that you can see that one. So that it takes time for this thing to stop presenting. Okay, I've stopped sharing now. There's a where is this thing now? Oh. Yes, I'm looking at the window now. Yes, I'm trying to. Can you see this one? Smart. It's coming on. Can you see? Yeah, it's zip file, yes. I went to click the zip file because when I said download, it downloaded as a zip file and it came up on the top of the screen. So, but unfortunately, it did not show on the screen where you're watching. So that's why I just clicked on that file and then it brought me to the zip file. So this zip file will also be in your download folder in your computer. So just take note of that. So you now click on it and then extract. So let me extract to desktop. Can you see this one? Extraction path. Okay. I want to extract to desktop and I will say it should go to desktop. Okay. So it has gone to desktop. So all I need to do is to go to desktop. I have to stop sharing this now. Okay. Yes, I've decided to stop sharing. So I want to go to desktop. I don't know whether you are seeing my desktop. Not yet. Okay. Let me window. Let me share entire screen. Are you seeing my desktop? It's coming up. Can see it now. Okay, so this is our zip, what it's downloaded. Can you see it here? Where my cursor is. So I will click on this and it's going to bring out the Microsoft Excel format. Okay, so now this is what we have here. And what are you looking for here? It's just their score and their name. Their score and their name. Every other thing is not significant except where you have told them to write something. Then you have to go and look at it. You have to go and look at what they wrote and then you now give them their mark. You now go to the Google form and put the mark there on your own, or you add it to the score where you have score here. So you can edit this. Can you see? This can change this on to 6 if you want. Can you see that I changed to 6? Originally it was 5. Let me just turn it back to 5. So in this place, you can do whatever you want to do. Sorry. And change your score in this place after you have graded and then you are through with that. And you can now release your score manually after. You can release your score manually. But if it is something that you want to adjust online, you can adjust it even online without coming to this point. If it's something you can do online, you can do that without downloading the responses first. You can do all those things, look at their responses online and give them the score you want to give them online. It's possible. But in this case, you have concluded your test and you want to know, derive your scores from the test. So you just copy these two here. Just say control, just copy and then add another sheet and copy it there. Okay, so here we have the names of your students and the score they had. You can decide to remove this one from here and put it here. Okay, so the work you only do is to just remove all these 12 divided by 12. Just remove them. I've tried maybe to remove them using some formula, but it didn't work. So maybe you can try. If you get something how to remove it, it may work. So and tell us, you can share with us how to remove this divided by 12 that you have here. So, but what you need to do, as I said, just remove all this over 12 and then you have your score for the students. So you can keep this as test 1. The next one also, when it happens, you copy it and paste it on this column, test 2, test 3, and then you can have a summation of all of them. So this is what you do to collect your your students score, collate them together, and then you have your continuous assessment score. With that, you are free with continuous assessment. Okay, so well, that is that. Let me go back to where we were, responses. And so you can have summary, you can have individual questions, you can have what individuals have done, and you can adjust, or you can even print out here, but you don't need to waste your money printing out all those stuff. So these are the things that you have. Okay, then when you are through with this, you can decide to say, well, this for year 1, you want to do it next year. Since you have downloaded it, you can delete all the responses on this sheet